forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom this morning, Ed Shimon, National Weather Service in Lincoln. Ed, always good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on, Seth.
Thanks for making time for us. And we always seem to catch you at about just the right time. Maybe I should, I don't know. I feel like, Ed, we need to keep track of you come on and we've got like severe weather coming in. It's severe weather. It's snow. It's ice. It's always something that's right on the horizon when you come in, pun intended there. What are we looking at here for the next day or two? It's going to be warm up today and even warm up tomorrow. And then maybe some storms tomorrow night. Give us kind of the day-by-day look here at what we're looking at.
Right, yeah. So basically, we're just going to be on a steady warm-up, and tomorrow is really going to be off the charts warm. But a few storms are going to start to bubble up this afternoon as the warm front starts to track across Illinois, and mainly north of us. So we just have a partly sunny high of 73 down for the DeWitt County area. That thunderstorm chances kind of expand southward this evening. So we've got 50% chance of showers and storms. But that's mainly before 3 a.m. Then they're going to kind of get out of the area as we head into Thursday morning. But Thursday is going to be the really big show. Not only are we going to hit near record highs for the day tomorrow, but we could have monthly record highs tomorrow.
Wow.
We've got a graphic on our weather stories, but 88, 87, I mean, it's going to be near 90 tomorrow, which in most of our climatology sites, it's going to be, potentially a monthly record for any day in March.
Gotcha.
Just off the charts warm there.
Yeah. Going to be a nice day today, though, Ed. What are we looking at for the rest of the day here on this Wednesday?
Yeah, the winds are going to start to gust a little out of the southwest as that warm air filters in and the warm front kind of shifts to our north. Low 70s for highs, really comfortable day. We should, like I said, stay out of the rain that's going to develop. It's going to develop in northeast Illinois this afternoon, but knock on wood, we're out of that until the evening. So have an enjoyable day, maybe some increasing cloud cover a little bit, but pretty nice overall. Can't beat it.
Nice. So overnight, what are we looking at for lows?
Lows will be really mild because we're going to keep those south winds going right around 60, 59, 60.
Yeah.
That's above our normal high, and that's going to be our low tonight. So, pretty mild. As you can imagine, if we're going to head up into the upper 80s for highs on Thursday, you're not going to be starting from the 30s most of the time.
Yeah.
So pretty nice overnight. Once those rain showers move out after about 3 a.m., then we'll, stay pretty mild even through sunrise.
Well, I was thinking of turning off the heat this afternoon and flipping the windows open, but I didn't know if I should close them tonight or if I'll be able to. I'll probably close them and just leave the heat off. We'll probably be okay. But gonna want that house cool for tomorrow. Gonna be awfully warm. Gonna be breezy with that 90, right? That's kind of what you were indicating.
Yeah, the southwest winds are going to be breezy all the way through tomorrow. Sustained about almost 20-mile-an-hour sustained, gusting into the 30s, low to mid 30s for gusts. So It'll be breezy. When you're getting that warm, it's because the warm air mass is pushing into the area this time of year.
Yeah.
So
well,
breezy and really warm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ed. Tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about these storms. What do we know? Where could they be? We've seen some things on social media. I'm not super active on Facebook for what the doomsday reports are, but what do we know about where these storms could develop, where they're going, what they're going to do? What are we in for?
Sure. Yeah. Obviously today's storms are north, but tomorrow, right around 1 o'clock or 2, well, actually about 2 o'clock in far northwest Illinois, they're going to develop, and then they're going to rapidly get a lot stronger right around the 4 or 5 o'clock, between 4 and 6 p.m. tomorrow. Just north of Champaign to Chicago, that corridor is really going to see some intense storms, maybe even a strong tornado out of that. Knock on wood, that stays north of the DeWitt County area. But anywhere, it's not good to have those kind of storms. And then as we get into the evening, like after 6 o'clock, that line is going to fill in back to the southwest of that initial complex. when the cold front is coming through.
Mhm.
And then we could see some large hail, the wind damage. The tornado threat will still be there as well. We are in an outlook with a Category 1 intensity, so that EF2 tornadoes are possible if one does develop, even all the way across central Illinois tomorrow evening. So, it's definitely a caution thing when you see that tornado threat go up to the EF2 level, because EF2 means you could have walls damaged on your home. Your roof can completely be removed, because EF2 winds are about 115 to 130 miles an hour. So it's no joke. Your home could have some problems. But that's just isolated areas that may see one storm intensify like that. It's not going to be a widespread, multiple EF2s all through central Illinois. It's going to be pretty much just corridors of more intense winds like that.
Sure. Gotcha. All right. So be on the lookout. How long will it take for us to go from upper 80s to whatever we're looking at dropping down into for winds for Thursday night into Friday?
Yeah, the temperature at about 5 o'clock tomorrow is going to be, mid 80s, 84, 83. And then by the time we hit 5 a.m., 6 a.m., it'll be down to 36, 37. So we're going to drop, upwards of 45 degrees in about 12 hours,
Wow.
less than 12 hours.
How long will these storms last?
They'll be in here and out, let's see, by, I'd say midnight, the threat for the DeWitt County area should be done. Maybe even a little bit before that.
Okay, sure.
So, right, yeah, I'd say midnight is probably a solid end of when the storms depart to the south.
So just in time for everybody to sit down and watch Illinois try to go to the Elite Eight, we might be scrambling to the basement.
Correct. Yeah, definitely have your weather radio going. I mean, the TV meteorologists will probably be broadcasting any tornado warnings, so they may cut into some of those games, unfortunately. But obviously, I love basketball too. So, but the weather has got to be paramount when you've got life-threatening storms like that.
Oh, sure. You a Wisconsin guy, by the way?
I am a Wisconsin Badger. I graduated.
Yeah, they had a quick exit this year.
It was painful. That was really because I just had so much hope. Two strong guards that they had. I was just, maybe they'll go, and you just run into it's all about matchups. I mean, High Point was on. They were throwing backwards, Harlem Globetrotter 3-pointers. I mean,
well, anyway. Then they had that kid that hadn't made a 2 all season, and his first one was the game winner. That was for sure. That was wild. Anyways, we've made Ed depressed for the day. Ed Shimon, National Weather Service in Lincoln, our guest on the Zoom here for this morning. All right, Ed. So on the other side of this thing, we cool down into Friday. Give us the Friday forecast, then the weekend. How about this?
Sure. Yeah, Friday definitely going to be our coldest day of the whole week. By far, the highs are only going to creep up into the mid to maybe upper 40s, but the winds are going to be northwest. It's going to feel a lot colder than mid to upper 40s. 20s sustained, gust into 30 out of the northwest. So just kind of a spring-ish with 40s, but definitely feeling colder and a little blustery there. And then Friday night into Saturday, we're going to get below freezing everywhere. Solid, hard freeze. I know some things are starting to grow, and it isn't going to be 28 for a long time, sub-freezing. But anytime you get down to 28 degrees, it could start, causing a little bit of damage to a few of the growing things.
Kill these bugs that are starting to pop up already, Ed.
That's right. You can do that.
I'm seeing flies. I'm seeing gnats. I'm seeing wasps. Just kill these nuisance bugs that are out there.
We'll take care of them. They'll be asleep after Friday night.
how about Saturday, Sunday? Doesn't look too awfully bad for the weekend. What are we thinking here?
It turns around quickly. We get more warm air right away. Saturday already in the almost mid 50s. Southerly winds again. So the winds turn around really quick. Not all that breezy, but Saturday will be a pleasant day. I mean, low 50s. That's just right around normal, slightly below. And then the overnight lows Saturday night into Sunday will be around upper 30s. So not too bad, a little cool, but certainly nothing to, really complain about. We're going to be dry the rest of the weekend. Sunday will be really nice, low 60s, some south winds again there, but the cloud cover doesn't look too bad. I guess we're showing about 60% cloud cover. So maybe a few clouds drifting through the sky, but really a really nice day, I think.
Okay. What does the 8 to 14 day outlook have for us getting kind of into that Easter weekend time frame?
Right. Yeah, above normal temps, solidly above normal, not just a little bit, but we're in the 70th to 80th percentile chance of above normal temperatures. So, we're looking pretty mild, and at that point in time, it's right around 60 degrees for normal high. So we're above normal solidly in that first week, or even first half of April, really, is pegging the meter with above normal temperature outlook there, and above normal precip too. So there's going to be a few storms in there. So don't think it's going to be sunny and warm. It's going to be periodic, cold, not a strong cold front, but certainly some storms are going to be in that first couple of weeks of April if we're really seeing the chance of above normal precipitation as high as it is too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Interesting. Ed, I'll tell you what, I want to take a break and come back and maybe recap March a little bit and get an update on drought and those sorts of things. And then maybe we'll dive into the April, May, June timeframe and see what the rest of the spring holds. How do folks, by the way, keep up with this storm coming in, whether there's any warnings or anything? I'm sure we'll see some pop up on Thursday night. How do we keep up with all that?
Yeah, it's weather.gov/Lincoln.
Very good. Ed Shimon, National Weather Service in Lincoln, is my guest on the Zoom this morning. More to come with Ed on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
We cover Illinois Ag better. Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn steady, beans higher, and wheat trading lower. May corn down 3/4, 461 3/4. July corn unchanged, 472 1/2, and December new crop up 1/2 penny, 489 1/2. May beans 1161 3/4, up 7. July beans up 6 1/2, 1178. November new crop 1148 1/2, up 4 3/4. May Chicago wheat 587, down 3. May KC wheat is up 1.5 pennies, 605 1/2. May bean meal 321.10, down 130. May bean oil up 42 cents, 66.15. Livestock trade March feeders 361.30, up $1. April live cattle down 32 cents, 235.05. And April lean hogs 91.32, up 27 cents. Energy market June Brent crude oil down 414, 96.09. RFD Radio Network.
This is Seth Lawrence, News and Program Director for WHOW and WEZC. We take pride in being Clinton and Central Illinois' local radio stations each and every day, 7 days a week. What does local news mean? Here's a sample.
This year we had 18 grants submitted, and we supported those with $14,402.
I received a call from a local realtor who has confirmed that there's some Clinton residents that have moved out of the town because of the housing crisis.
We're looking at $15,000 to $17,500 in grants this cycle. And again, those go to small business. They're small business grants.
You hear the local people that make the news every day, 7 days a week on the big 1520 AM, 92.3 FM, and 106.5 FM WHOW, and on your easy choice for soft hits, 95.9 FM WEZC.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom this morning, Ed Shimon, National Weather Service in Lincoln. And Ed, it's funny, I was just checking out the Twitter timeline before I jumped back on and saw a storm chaser with a couple of outlooks for tomorrow. Looks like right here, DeWitt County, McLean, Macon, we're right in the heart of where some of these storms could rip through after that, maybe mid-evening or into the dark hours. So we'll be on the lookout for those. I want to get back to March, though, Ed, and ask you, last time we spoke, we were anticipating some nice rainfall, and we got it, but then it's like the spout shut off. What's the current drought condition like,
Yeah, somebody parked their car on the hose, so it kind of pinched off a little bit there. So we're just asking him to move his car. And we did get some beneficial rains, though, early in the month. and then again a couple other times near the 11th, and then again on the 15th. So we're actually above normal precip for the month. We're above normal by almost 2.5 inches.
Wow.
So not too bad, but it's taking a bite out of the drought, but not completely getting rid of it, as you can imagine. It's still there in DeWitt County is solidly in D2 severe drought yet, but we did drop a category. We were at D3 at extreme drought. So we're in the right direction, and with the outlooks being above normal precip all the way through middle April, we could maybe go down another category, down into just moderate drought, hopefully, in the DeWitt County area, and that'll be helpful.
Yeah, so those rains have been substantial then, to the point that we're easing a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Dr. Trent Ford, the state climatologist, he coordinates with us in the Midwest Regional Climate Center on any changes that we make to that drought conditions. Every Thursday, they update those. By late morning, they'll issue the new one, and that considers rain only through about Tuesday morning at about 7 or 8 a.m. And then they'll put that into the works. So if we get rain, on Wednesday or even Thursday on some weeks, it goes into the following week's update. But we're looking good if we can get some of that beneficial rain here.
Well, and I know you and I talk about this a lot, and it helps that we're kind of out of the depths of the winter where the ground is frozen and it's not going to sink in. But at the same time, I know we've talked about this in the past. I worry we get like a tomorrow night where we're going to get maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch in just a couple hours. Does that really was that really beneficial if it's just going to run off into the rivers and streams,
The ground is ready to soak it up. So, if you get anything from an inch down, even if it falls really rapidly, the ground is ready to soak that up. It comes when you get over like 2 inches.
Oh, okay.
Then it's got to come slower or it's going to run off. But that topsoil is ready to just, you can hear it just soaking in it when it hits the ground. We can get a quick inch, and that won't go to the runoff phase yet. The ground is really ready to soak it in. So we should, whatever falls in it, and roughly you're about not too far off on our forecast. We have roughly a half to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall expected out of this line as it's moving through. Depending on if you get under a really heavy storm or not, you could get up to, double that 1.5 inches in a short period of time. But for the most part, on average, about 3/4 inch or so.
Yeah. How's temperatures turned out for March so far? I feel like it's been a really nice month.
Yeah, it is. We're almost 6 degrees above normal, and that's not going to get any lower. I mean, even with the cold snap Friday night, we're just going to be a little below normal there. Not too bad, but we're going to finish the month, pretty solidly above normal with how high we're going to see the temperatures on Thursday, and then closing out the month with a warm up again Saturday into Sunday. So. We'll probably end up roughly right around 6 degrees above normal, which is really high, that many degrees above normal. I don't know if it's going to be top 10, but certainly, it's nice to see.
I could take a nice March. I really could. I really could. And pardon me, you mentioned, Ed, potentially looking to keep it going into April. If you want to look into the April outlooks, how are we? By the way, I want to ask this. Sunny days in March, do you keep track of that data and by chance have it on hand? Like what the percentage of sunny days were to cloudy days or whatever?
Yeah, we do have that. Let me click up here.
Sure.
I can see the sunny days. There were 10 sunny so far this month and 7 partly cloudy. So only 7 of the days were considered cloudy, 80% or higher cloud cover. The rest were 17 of the days had more sunshine than clouds for the most part.
Gotcha. Let's dive into April, the April outlooks, Ed. We mentioned the 8 to 14 day is solidly above normal, but sounds like we're going to be a little wet. What do we know about April and what could be coming as we turn the calendar next week?
Right. Yeah. Right now, the first half, this 3 to 4 week outlook goes all the way through the 3rd week of April, and it's 40th to 50th percentile of above normal temperatures. And the same thing with above normal precipitation, 40th to 50th percentile, tipping the balance toward above normal precipitation. So, it looks like we're going to have a mild first half, at least, if not first 3 weeks, on the balance, and a little bit more moisture hitting the ground. So usually through those 3 weeks, we have about 2.5 to 3 inches of rain. So that would be a lot. If we can get above normal on that, up to 4 inches, we could really take a bite out of some more of that drought.
Mm-hmm. Nice. What are temperatures? What's the normal temperature for April when we start and April when we finish?
Yeah, 59 and 36 are the normal high low to start off the month. And then we warm to 70, 46. So 70 is a normal high tonight. I love that sound. So, and then mid 40s, 46 for a normal low by the end of April.
That's great.
Those flowers, everything's really growing. Buds are coming out. You're cutting your lawn possibly already.
Oh, I already need it. I already need it, Ed. I was looking out this morning watching the dog do his thing, and I was like, I'm going to have to mow this thing in the next week or two, probably Easter weekend. I'm going to have to do this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. If we get some moisture and then the warm nights help the grass stay vibrant, because if we have cold nights, then the grass goes a little dormant for, those 8 to 12 hours. And, but if there's a warm overnight, then the grass just really starts to, go crazy.
Yep. No doubt. Very nice. Dare I say this, Ed? Have we seen the last of the snow?
I want to say absolutely yes. But there's still a lot of cold air. When we look at the maps of where all the cold air is, Canada's still holding on a little bit, and it's still there. So I wouldn't say no more snow, but boy, even if it does fall, the ground is going to be so warm, it'll be in and out pretty quickly.
So no, we're done with snowstorms, right? Like we're not.
Yeah, we've had big snowstorms in April. I mean, like 6 to 8 inch snowstorms in April. So the way the dynamic nature of this spring has been, and Wisconsin got 2 to 3 feet of snow out of that last event. I'm just like, I don't say anything Mother Nature can hear under behind the breath. She'd be like, hold my beer and watch this, and I'm not going to be responsible for that.
Yeah. Hey, how about May? What's the May outlook show us right now?
Yeah, above normal temps go all the way through the spring, and that 3-month outlook, April, May, June. So we're in a near normal precip there. So we'll shut the spigot off a little bit maybe as we head into May and June. But near normal precip, we roughly get around 4 inches a month in that May and June timeframe. So even if we stay right around normal, we should be pretty good as those crops really start to take off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotcha. All right, Ed, about a minute left with you. Any like awareness campaigns or things like that the Weather Service is promoting in the next month or so?
We're starting to get towards lightning awareness. The more storms we have and the more people are outside, always be cognizant of you hear any thunder, you can get struck by lightning. Mm-hmm. So, spring baseball's coming up, even soccer seasons are starting. So, just be aware that lightning can strike well away from where, you even can see lightning sometimes.
Yep. Keep that in mind. All right, Ed, where do we keep up with the latest on these storm forecasts, warnings, watches, all the things? Where do we find it?
Weather.gov/Lincoln.
Ed, always good to see you, man. Hopefully we make it through another round of storms. And I guess whatever date we pick for our next time together, we're going to have to plan on more storms or weather coming in. So, but always good to talk to you, my friend. Thanks for making time for us.
You bet.
Very good. Ed Shimon, National Weather Service in Lincoln, is my guest on the Zoom here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way now.
WHOW.